Okay. Hello, this is Coco, and I'm going to explain after plants today. Okay. Let's get back in. Okay. So, after plants, in a short definition, is after the bomb is planted, like in terms. It's pretty easy to understand. But once the bomb is planted, your team should be set up where it's planted. So let's say it's planted here. If it's planted for apps, you'll have one guy apps. He should be playing like it's a 1v1 at all times. So he should be holding back here. He shouldn't be really focused on the team. Well, the rest of the team is holding from angles like van or here, or bench, holding here, or holding here. These angles are all good because they hold angles for your team. On the map, you should be focusing on cross angles. So, what I mean by this is, you're holding here, or not cross angles, sorry. Like you're covering your team. You're covering your team. So your bench player will be holding this. They will be holding cat most of the time, and you'll be holding here, or someone will be holding here. So your bench player doesn't have to worry about market, and then you'll have your whatever playing either like backstairs for underpass, or somewhere over here holding like either cat or market, giving you that support, which is also helpful. But usually they want to be playing on a 1v1. But just a simple hold is a cross where your teammate doesn't have to worry about any of these two angles, and you don't have to worry about cat or apps. Other setups are like, if they're not there, you'll probably be holding somewhere else because you have to worry about that angle then. And you're basically a free kill if you're holding that. So like, what is it? Usually you should have someone holding apps because that's a really big choke point. Like here. Bench is a pretty just common spot because you can hold 3 different angles. You can hold apps without getting shot, cat, and then not really peek there, but like you can hold here and here. Van is an okay tangle. If you're playing for yourself, Van is okay. It's okay because they can just jump over on top of the van while you're trying to focus and catch you off guard, just to shoot you. So that's why I recommend someone having apps control. If you lose apps control, you kind of want to shuffle a little bit. So now this player doesn't have to worry about this, but your bench player should kind of be paying attention to this up here. And then this player should probably, if they have utility, which you should always use utility, right? Like I could throw a molly there, that would delay this. That would delay this push. This person could throw smoke up cat, something. That's probably not the best way to do it because you're giving them the control, but that's something you can do. Apps player could start holding that or something. Your apps player can like support with a molly or something, or a flash, so he can throw that molly over there, or he can like flash or something. Your teammate's like, oh, I need a flash. You can do like a cat flash. I don't know. I don't really know any lineups for that. Then you have him holding here or something. It should always be based on utility. Your win should be based on utility. Utility is super important. Almost everybody should know how to use it, because if you don't, it kind of messes you up. Like mollies, this if you know a lineup or whatever, or a guy's pushing out, this one molly will kind of push you back. This bench guy is pushed back. That's how much, like, now this guy has to come over here. You know he's there. It just gives you a ton of info. It gives you a ton of damage. It just helps in every way. After plants, that's as simple as it gets. It's just holding angles so your teammate doesn't die. No one should be holding the same angle, like so. We're gonna move on to a B hold. B holds are pretty simple. It's again based on utility. You don't want to use it too quick. Let's just go off of mollies for now. If you're holding cap, either here or here, both simple mollies you can throw that mollies and stops the push. They're already too far up. Let's say they're already pushed up all the way to like this window and they're about to jump down. You throw a molly right there, you'll jump down into the molly. nade. You can throw a nade, same spot. It's really just based off of these windows. You can throw a smoke in there if you want to help stop your teammate and your teammate doesn't have a smoke. If you're playing Van, you can do this little jump. Either side, you can go like this. You shouldn't do both sides because it gives them a chance to shoot you. But it's usually based off of this side, because if you jump off of this side, this shows a ton of your head. You're gonna get like one tap. So if you just jump off this side and kind of just keep doing it, you should have a smoke out when you're doing this, so you can be like prepared to throw a smoke or something like that. It's really deep. I wouldn't recommend throwing that far, but they have to push through that now. And then basically what you can do is set up for like a whatever, it's a spray. They're gonna be pushing through the smoke. You throw that molly, they'll smoke it or whatever. Basically, you should set up for a spray and get ready for them to push through, or you can just hold here, try to get the headshots. It works. You'll be relying on your cat player. If your cat player is not here, then it's a different story. I'll talk about that in a minute. Flash you can do to help out your teammate. It's here. I'm pretty sure it's one of these two. I'm pretty sure it's this one. If it's not this one, it's fine. You can throw this. Okay, that's not it. Never mind. Okay, it's this one. Flashbang. Basically, that goes right into apps, and that flashes everybody to the back of apps, to the front of apps. The closest you are to the flash, so if you get flashed right in front, that's 5 seconds. You get flashed over here. It's one. I think both of those work, by the way. About in the back of apps, it's like 3. In the front is 4, 4.5, and then like 5. So it's a really, really good flash if you want to help your teammate. So, like, kind of adding up stuff. He throws his molly. Throws smoke. That gets smoked off or whatever. And then he's going to set up he should be ready for this spray. So, you're going to throw that flash, and then boom. He's going to be spraying this down. Those guys are going to be full blinded. He'll probably be looking away. Boom, pop. Spraying it down, whatever. That's one way to kind of help. If you don't have a teammate, then it's more complicated. You kind of want to preserve your utility as long as you can, but you want to stay alive as long as you can. So, like I said before, B is all about utility. You want to, like, molly, smoke, stuff like that. Molly, you want to stop that push. You're the only guy here. You want to preserve rotates. You hear a ton pushing. Guys, this guy's pushing. You want to hold that. Smoke. You just want to stop. Okay, that was bad smoke. Ignore that. A common thing you can do is kind of just smoke off the middle of sight like this and give yourself all of that room. So if you don't think you don't have the confidence or the aim to go for an aggressive fight and get like 2 picks or whatever, you should like smoke off, play passive, and go for the retake. Try to get picks with this smoke. I'll put it back. Try to get picks with this smoke. So, now you can play with this smoke. They have to push here. They have to take this control. That's a pick. You can get one guy there. I wouldn't recommend pushing over here because they're probably going to be jumping out of apps, or going in apps, or they're going to be focused here, whatever. You want to be careful about this side. This is the most common place when people are entering, they push. So, just be careful about that. That smoke, you can kind of push through as well. They wouldn't expect someone to push through it. Bomb planted. You can try to get a spray through smoke. It gives you a lot more opportunities if you're playing with one guy. The thing you shouldn't do is just let them on. I mean, you should try to, like... You can, but you can't. If you're playing for a pick game, like I just talked about, you throw smoke down, you try to get a pick. That's a different story. If you're just sitting here and holding here, or holding here, or doing something like that, not really holding a spot, then you're going to get killed. Because... you're not doing anything to stop them. You're not slowing down their momentum. You're just keeping it going, and you're just a little bump in the road. So, you kind of want to be still holding, trying to get a pick, and then pull back. You don't want to give them. You don't want to die. Your main goal is to not die. I guess there's not too much you can do with B. If you're playing for a retake, or if you're holding from here, never hold an op from this angle, because you're not giving your team any space here. Let's do this. You're not giving your team any space. What I mean by space is, let's say there's one guy on the site. You have a guy holding site, right? You're holding there. You miss this shot, you lose all that space that you like get at the beginning of the round for free. You're holding here, boom. You either get him or miss him. They're still going to be pushing. They're still going to be going, and you can't regress, because if that guy dies, they have the sight. You can't just go like this. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to jump through, and then go for a pick, because you are open to so many angles jumping out this window or pushing out of there. You're open to van, you're open from this side, which they are jumping out of, and then it's just, they're already going to be set up at that point. So when you're holding an op on site, you should definitely be holding more of an aggressive angle like here, or cat. Cat's a pretty good spot to hold. A lot of people don't get it. You can also play mid with an op from cat, which is like a very, also really helpful. It's a pretty good spot. Here, you have this entire angle, you have this entire angle. You have, they push on the site or something, you're stuck. You have this entire area with an op, you have this entire area with an op. It gives you many chances instead of here where you can only get one. Okay. That should be it. Your main goal is to give your team space. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. This has just been my simple tutorial for some friends. If you guys want to watch it, if you guys liked it, you can like the video. It's only, yeah, okay. I do want to say one thing real quick before I go, actually. Crosshair placement wise, the top of these boxes right here, this is headshot level right here. So if you're like, oh, where am I aiming at the head? This is headshot level right here, like the lower part of this lip. So it's just one last tip for B. So yep. Goodbye.